Emperor's Children and Death Guard aren't the only Chaos Marines you get to hang with demons. That's right, the Khorne Daemonkin are back, letting you mix a selection of Khorne demons in with your World Eaters. Will Daemonkin be the terror they were in 7th edition? Stay tuned to find out. If you want to see how the blood sausage is made, head over to goonhammer.com for a sample list. Link in the description. Detachment Rule: Blood Tithe. Khorne demons have the Blood Legions keyword. You can include Blood Legions units in your army up to 500 points in Incursion games, 1000 points in Strike Force games, and 1500 points in Onslaught games. No Blood Legions model can be your warlord. Each time a Blood Legions or World Eaters unit from your army destroys an enemy unit, you can roll a d6, and on a 3-up you get a Blood Tithe point. At the start of your command phase, you can spend these points on a list of buffs with different costs, as follows. For 2 points, Enraged Abjuration. Blood Legions and World Eaters models from your army get a 5-up Feel No Pain against psychic attacks and mortal wounds. For 3 points, Demonic Rage. Blood Legions units get Lance on their melee weapons. For 4, Boon of Blood. Blood Legions units from your army get a 4-up Invulnerable save. And lastly, for 5 points, Might of Khorne. Blood Legions units from your army gain the Blessings of Khorne ability. Apart from Enraged Abjuration, the detachment rule only works in your demons, powering them up as your army kills things. Note that there's no rider on gaining Blood Tithe points only in melee, so shooting will work just as well. There's a few different ways to gain points automatically or more reliably, which you'll need to get it rolling in some games. The buffs gained are pretty good, but not the main reason to run the detachment. The big problem here is that getting those points requires rolling a 3-up, and that's after you kill an enemy unit, and a bad run of luck could leave your army in the lurch. That big payoff you're looking for is Boon of Blood, but if you can get to Might of Khorne to get your demons the Blessings of Khorne ability, that's not bad either. Fortunately, there's a solid set of enhancements which open up some new possibilities for your army. Icon of War gives Blood Legion units within 6 inches the Blessings of Khorne ability, and it lets you reroll Battle Shock tests if they have Might of Khorne going already. Being able to reliably give your demons the Blessings rule is helpful, especially when Might of Khorne costs a full 5 Blood Tithe points. Blood Forged Armor ups the bearer's save to a 2-up and generates a Blood Tithe point if they're destroyed. A Bloodthirster with a 2-up save is a scary, scary prospect. Disciple of Khorne lets your Lord on Juggernaut attach to Blood Crushers or Flesh Hounds, gaining Deep Strike and changing his keywords from World Eaters to Blood Legions. Sticking him with a pack of Blood Crushers obviously rules, though getting to uppy downy him with Flesh Hounds is very funny too. Blade of Endless Bloodshed ups the strength, attacks, and damage of the bearer's melee weapons by 1 and generates a Blood Tithe point every time the bearer destroys a unit in melee. You want to be killing stuff up close already, and this makes your World Eater dude even better at it. This is a solid set of stratagems that emphasizes having a good mix of demons and World Eater units on the table. Summoned by Slaughter is both powerful and potentially very funny. Once per battle round, when the last model in a unit is destroyed, you can take 1 unit of Bloodletters in reserves and set them up anywhere wholly within 9 inches of that destroyed model, so long as they're outside engagement range of any enemy units. This is going to lead to some fantastically funny moments when an enemy destroys a unit and finds Bloodletters suddenly stealing an objective or charge blocking them, and with Murder Call, you can repeat the trick if your Bloodletters survive long enough. Demonic Fury gives Lance to a unit of World Eaters within 6 inches of a Blood Legion unit, also gaining Twin Linked if Demonic Rage is active. It's a great way to punch up. A Worthy Skull gives you D3 Blood Tithe points after killing a monster or character unit, and you can spend them immediately if you'd like. It doesn't replace the points you'd normally roll for, so it can help you rack up those points early in the game. Blessings of Burning Blood, aside from being alarmingly alliterative, is a way to boost the survivability of your World Eaters, giving them a 5-up Invulnerable save when they're within 6 inches of a Blood Legions unit. That ups to a 4-up Invulnerable save if Boon of Blood is active, making it clutch to save your Berserkers. Demon Tithe lets you pick a damaged Blood Legions unit within 6 inches of a World Eaters unit and lets you bring back 1 mounted model, D3 beast models, or D6 infantry models. It doesn't bring back characters, but it's still handy. Murder Call is the ol' uppy downy, letting you pick up a Blood Legions unit that's not in engagement range and dropping them back into strategic reserves. It's particularly fun when recycling Bloodletters for Summoned by Slaughter. This is one of the most interesting detachments in the game, letting you combine units in ways we don't often see. The most notable is the Disciple of Khorne enhancement, which lets a Lord on Juggernaut join a unit of Blood Crushers or Flesh Hounds. At time of writing, we're not sure if that means his unit gets Blessings of Khorne or not, but we're waiting on an FAQ. As long as that's the case, however, you should be running a Juggernaut Lord attached to a unit of Blood Crushers. The old brass demon donkey rider's ability to go through walls really helps your blood crushers, and while they never punch up quite as well as you'd like, being able to get lance and twin linked on them helps a lot. This is also a detachment that wants multiple units of bloodletters, which at 90 points are costed reasonably enough that you can stomach 3 units of them. You'll want units that can die to bring those in, so taking 2 to 3 units of jackals or advanced goremongers might also be the play. From there, it's a game of taking the best data sheets available, and that means having a couple units of fleshhounds, forge fiends, and potentially Scarbrand. Now let's go over the strengths and weaknesses. Melee buffs. Demonic Fury is one hell of a stratagem, and being able to get lance and twin linked on your weapons in melee is huge. Movement. One of the key advantages to this detachment is the uppy downy effect you get with fleshhounds and bloodletters. Being able to dump a unit of bloodletters anywhere on the table after your unit dies is one of the coolest tricks in the game. And we mentioned it, but uppy downy. This is the only detachment in World Eaters that gives you access to those effects, which are some of the most powerful in the game. Now unfortunately, it's not particularly durable. Blood crushers and bloodletters are pretty squishy, and they struggle to punch up into bigger threats. Blood Tithe points are cool, but only getting those points on a 3-up sucks. It makes them too unreliable to plan around, and it really holds this detachment back. And lastly, there's just not that much synergy here. Most of what's in this detachment is geared towards buffing demons, who have surprisingly little synergy with World Eaters. This is likely one of the more technical ways to run World Eaters, and while it might give up some of the killing power of Berserker Warband and the like to do so, it should be a load of fun to try out. The stratagems and enhancements here are incredibly cool, and there's plenty of room for exploration and combos. It makes for a more maneuverable and extremely flavorful detachment, even if that flavor tastes metallic and a little salty. If you'd like to read more about everyone's favorite decapitation happy demons from the 8th level of Space Hell, murder call your way over to goonhammer.com. While you're there, you can support us on Patreon, or you can just subscribe to us here on YouTube. I've been Cranium McMandible, and I want your skull, I need your skull. Thanks for watching.